after they keyed in my information, they give me a printout to edit, to check, and I did. All right? So for now, if your date of birth is 1985 on your Ghana card, it's a mistake, but for the sake of the loan, you can use it. All right? But please go to NIA, let them correct that error. Okay? Because it might worry you, in future when you're assessing your SNIT contributions and those other things. Names mismatch. All right? We get situations where somebody is David Kuma on the Ghana card and something else, student ID. Or there's a name, these names, Morrison, Harrison, you see, they come with double R. So on the student ID, it is double R, Morrison. Ghana card, it is one R. In our system, I mean, you are a different person. Late registration at the school. I believe you're all registered. But what happens, especially with the continuing students, is that a lot of them don't register early. So whilst we're processing the loan, we realize that the system tags them as not on school list. To correct this, normally I go for a supplementary school list, or the student goes to the registry for a letter of introduction. How to apply for the loan? You log on to our website, www.sltf.gov.gh, or you download the student loan app from Play Store, okay, or the App Store on your phone. It's a very easy process, very, very easy. You create an account, like creating this Google account or Yahoo account. You verify the account with the code that you receive. You log in with your Ghana card number as your username, and then you create a password. Please create simple passwords, okay? Passwords that you can remember. Not Adra underscore / dot something. When you finish, you've forgotten the thing yourself, all right? Aha. You can use your mother's name with your date of birth, something, all right? Telephone number with a certain character that I may not decipher. That is a password you can remember. However, if you forget your password, there is a forgotten password feature there you can use to reset your password. Now, when you finish filling the form, you need to scan your Ghana card, your Eastwish card, and your student ID or letter of admission. It should not be more than 300 kilobytes. If it's more, the system will not absorb it because we have a lot of students hitting the system. Now, after you've done all that, we need to be sure that the Ghana card belongs to you. So when you submit your application, we'll review it, and then your status will change to pending biometric verification. You must visit our office for us to, scan your fingerprint and then ensure that it's properly linked, or it confirms your Ghana card as yours. That must be done. Then you sign the loan agreement form on our SIG pad, all right? Your loan will be paid onto your account within 48 hours, all other things being equal. All other things being equal. You should understand that. All other things being equal. Sometimes things are not equal. When you apply, please give it some time. Kakra, you understand? Your loan will definitely come. When your loan is ready, you receive a text message signaling that your loan is in. You send your Eastwish card to any of the banks, and then you load. You don't go and check your balance. You load the Eastwish card. If you check your balance, you get zero balance on the card. But if you load it, the money will what? You see the amount you received. The final one. We have something called the Student Loan Protection Scheme. After you've taken the loan and you are due for repayment, sometimes things happen. People get involved in accidents. People grow blind. People die. I'm not saying you are going to die. All of you will live up to 150 years, okay? But if something happens to any of you, your family shouldn't be burdened, okay? Your parents should be burdened. So what we do is that anytime we disburse loans to you, we deduct 0.05% out of it. It comes to either 5 cedis or 10 cedis of the total amount. We put it all into a fund. So anytime something happens to a beneficiary through an accident, he or she loses a leg, an arm. A student called me the other day. He's blind in one eye. He's almost blind in the other one. He cannot work for the rest of his life. I said, get a medical report from a certified medical practitioner, and then let somebody help you bring it to the office, and then I'll give you a form. There's a form called the Student Loan Protection Scheme form. All he has to do is fill it out, attach the medical report. It goes to a panel for review, and then the loan will be what? Struck out, cancelled. Cleared from the system. If it's 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, we'll clear everything out. In the same way, if somebody dies, who's a beneficiary, all the family has to do is to bring documents to prove that the person is dead. Okay? And then we'll go through the same process, and then the loan is what? Written off. So that incident that happened shouldn't become a burden on the family. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your attention. Yes. So if you have any questions.
So if you have any questions, you can ask any questions. Normally, the questions are taken after all presentations are done. But then, this is a special case because he has another program to attend. So if you have any questions, please ask. Yes, any questions? All right. I think I would want to ask a question for the students. Sir, is there any program that is exempted from accessing the loan?
Yes. The DBSs, there's some diploma programs, the university has a set of programs for those who didn't really qualify for HND, all right? You start that one for, I think, 2 years or so before you qualify for HND. Those programs are exempt as of now. So when you're reading those programs, don't be discouraged. When you qualify for the HND and then you put in your application, we would accept it. Basically, that is it. When it comes to loans, people don't really ask questions because they're a bit shy and all that. Our office is just here, okay? The ceremonial ground. There's a big park there, okay? It's called the ceremonial ground. Opposite it, there's this story building. It's a computer science department. We are right there, room 108. Come there, ask all the questions you want to ask. We are there from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day. Just that we don't work on Wednesdays, on weekends, okay? We'll be having some loan clinics along the line. We'll pitch a canopy outside there to assist you to create accounts, fill the form, and then upload your documents. So you're welcome. Thank you very much.
Sir, I want to find out, when a student applies for a loan, how long does it take for the money to come?
I said 48 hours, all other things being equal. The system we are using right now is highly automated. If everything works well, within 48 hours, you should have your money. But
so, sir, all other things being unequal.
Yes.
When should they expect
it will take about a month plus. I'm being very honest, about a month plus. The money, you see, put in your application early. It's how do you call it? We have a lot of schools applying. So as we verify you, we how do you call it? We take your biometrics, your application goes to what? Accepted, and then it is batched. When funds are released, it is first come, first serve. So that's it. But we're working towards that point where we start paying loans within 48 hours.
Okay, Mr. Cletus, the manager of ADB, also wants to ask a question on behalf of the students.
Hello, thank you so much. Since the students are not asking questions, we'll ask the question on their behalf. Yes, I wanted to find out from you how much can the student come for the loan in terms of amount. And another scenario is that assuming at the beginning of the year, I'm able to pay maybe first year, second year, I'm able to pay my fees. I'm doing a 3 or a 4 year program. And the first 2 years, I'm financially sufficient. I'm able to pay my school fees. When I get to level 300, level 400, then I begin to experience financial problems. Can I come for the loan?
Yes. Thank you very much, sir. The ceiling currently is 3,000 cedis per academic year. With the rate of inflation I mentioned, plans are far advanced to increase that amount. Yes, you can apply for the loan at any point in your academic life, yes. Yes, you're a continuing student.
And do you qualify to access all monies you have forfeited? As he
I get
asked,
that.
if the person
Oh,
is in level
yes,
300
yeah.
and applies the loan at level 300 and
The
400.
academic years die. You see, they come, they die.
So you will not give the money for level 100 and 200, first and second
no,
years?
100,
Oh,
200
okay.
gone. I mean, the active year is level 300, so we give the
Okay.
money there. Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yes.
that's fine.
Okay.
When do freshers qualify to apply for loans? First years?
Now. I said now. We've opened applications, so they can come over.
Somebody has a question, yes.
Sir, please, I want to find out why the private universities are not benefiting this opportunity.
They are part of it. All of them are here. All of them are part of it. They're part of, yeah. You see, some universities are not really accredited. Okay, if it's not accredited, we don't have the accreditation documents. You can be part of it. That's all. But it's for tertiary institutions in Ghana. Yeah. Currently, the exception would be the teacher trainees and the nursing trainees in some of the government nursing training institutions because they are drawing allowances. If the government changes policy, they will come to us. Yes.
So please, when you were speaking, you said if something happens to the applicant, and you made an example like maybe when the applicant gets blind or something. This is the situation whereby you've recorded the debt of the person as bad debt. So what if, in case a miracle happened, then the person recovers from the blindness? Is it going to be bad debt recovered, or are you going to still record this as bad debt?
The doctor is here. When medical people certify you as maybe 90% blind, you are 90% blind. As you said, miracles happen. But I mean, I don't see, is it double benefit? I mean, we cleared the facility, we cleared it, right? It's gone. It's like nobody loses. But don't pray I get blind, though, please. Now I do.
Okay, thank you. Please, how many times can someone apply for a loan?
You apply just once, and then you
Just
receive the money throughout until you finish school.
Just once?
Just once, you apply once. Just make sure you get registered every academic year. You understand? Get registered in school every academic year. However, some of you who may have challenges with registration because there's no money to actually pay and register, we have some ways and means around it. Yes, so, registrar is we handle those things. So that when the money comes, I'll send your list to him, and then you compel them to, pay. It's not global, but it's just something we do. Once in a while, some students just can't register because they can't raise the initial money to even come. So that's what we do. Okay.
So you were saying we can start coming for the loan now. Is it today?
Yes. Come to the office. I got the notice for this program very late. No, would have put a canopy outside there so that from here you just come over. But the office is open. Okay, you can come over.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, shall we give him a hand? That was a wonderful presentation by the manager for Student Loan Trust. You can go for the loan now, all right? But make sure you use the money judiciously. You apply for the loan, but you won't take the money today. So you can apply now. All right. Let me inform students that this program, Orientation 2023, is live on the university's Facebook and YouTube accounts. On Facebook, you have facebook.com/KTU-EDUGH. facebook.com/KTU-EDUGH. On YouTube, you have @Koforidua Technical University. Please kindly subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you very much. Our next presentation is on health status. Health. a sound mind in a sound body. And so we expect that our students are very much okay in terms of health. You don't fall sick anyhow. What do you do to be able to be healthy on campus? What do you do to ensure that you don't skip lectures and give very flimsy excuses? Some of you will always pray to be sick because you want to skip a quiz or a lecture. To do us this honor for a presentation on health status, shall we welcome Dr. Frank Ewusi Brown.
Thank you, Mr. MC. Good morning. Hello. Afishapa. Good. As I've been writing to introduce, my name is Dr. Frank Ewusi Brown, the medical director at KTU for Medical Services. And a bit about myself, I've been in the medical industry for close to 18 years. Myself, my specialty is obstetrics and gynecology, so I'm a gynecologist. Okay, as such. And I've been like you before as a student. And let's say about the student loan, we all enjoyed from the student loan. We all took part in the student loan, okay? So feel free, assess it, at least to give you some financial support for you to successfully pursue your academic program. Don't think about the repayment. Once you start work, that's when the payment comes. I remember in my case, of course, myself and my brother, my brother is a twin, he's also a doctor. We just worked, after some 2 years, we just wrote to Senate to use our contribution to defray the cost. You understand? It is Ghana money. You need it to support your education. So go and get it. Don't be apprehensive about it. Okay? Yeah. So, health, you know, is everything. And the university has a university clinic, which I lead. And we can be located just on the ground floor of where the library is. The clinic is there to provide medical and emergency care for the university community and its environs. The student body and the working team or the staff is our priority. So we are there for you. Our doors are always opened. Nowadays, there's a lot of health issues, okay? And therefore, as the MC rightly said, you need to be mindful of your health, get the right sort of information. We operate basically from 8 to 8, in fact, every day, especially when school is in full section. We only don't do nights. We are working towards that very soon. Currently, we have, the clinic started as a sick bay, but currently we have gradually progressed and expanding. We are fully accredited by the Health Regulatory Authority. We are accredited by the National Health Insurance, so we are in good standing, providing quality care health services. We have basically a staff of almost close to 25. And I have 3 prescribers, 1 doctor, and 2 senior physician assistants, including myself as the medical director. I also provide clinical care or services, though I'm the lead. In all services, the only thing we don't do here is surgery. Okay? we don't do surgeries here because it's just a clinic. When you need surgery, we can always recommend and then support you to get that. But I hope nobody does that. As fresh students, there are certain things you need to know. One is, as you have been given admission letters, your admission becomes fully complete and you become fully a member of the university community, and after undergoing a mandatory medical health screening. Mandatory medical health screening. The date and the times and arrangements shall be communicated to you very soon. Based upon that, then you are likely to be issued with your school ID card. Currently, you can access healthcare or medical emergency anytime from us. The only thing we need, because you are freshers, you have to come with your admission letter. That will only give us the understanding that you are a member of the community. I hope you are getting me. Now, you need your admission letter or your ID card. I don't know if your ID cards are ready now, but for now, you come with your admission letter. And then you are supposed to have an active National Health Insurance card. Please, you are supposed to have an active National Health Insurance card. If you have forgotten yours, you don't have National ID, NHIS card, get yourself one or let your parent bring it to you. If it has expired, basically, once your insurance is expired, it means that at that material moment, you don't have insurance. Now, it's so easy. The system is undergoing a lot of digitalization, okay? Digital system. Get involved. Don't be left behind. It makes life easier for everybody. So make sure your National Health Insurance card is active. You come with your ID card, and you access healthcare at no cost to you. The other thing I want you also to be mindful is that the clinic, in fact, it's a small place, but a lot of activities goes on there. So when you come to access care, you need to comport yourself, you need to be polite, you need to take your time, you'll be offered the right guidance, okay? When you have any uncertainty, just ask, you'll be guided. And of course, you see, when you are sick, sometimes everybody becomes a bit irrational. We understand that. But in the event that you think you might have suffered some omission, or you think you may have not been catered for very well, as a medical director, my door is always open, okay? And then we have also suggestion box. You have your SRC. Channel those grievances to them, and we'll see to it that whatever challenge you have is done away with. The clinic, as I said, we do almost everything except surgeries, and therefore we have a well-equipped laboratory, we have a pharmacy, and we have detention services. There are times a client or student or a client will come, he or she may need some detention for what? Medical treatment. We do that. And we make sure you get that. We also have an eye unit or eye clinic. And as part of the medical screening, okay, you go through all areas because you need to have a good eyesight. Okay, we are going to need to read, study. If you have challenges, or if through the medical screening we identify any health challenge, then we are what we call, we are taking, you'll be taking into care. You will not just leave it as such. And I must add, you see, you have entered the university you are still very young adult. You are in a transition, okay, to adulthood. And this forms part of one of your critical life journeys. You need to ensure that you understand your own health condition. You know more about yourself, which will help you to take the right decisions going into the future. So, following from the medical screening, we do counseling, we do engage, okay, for you to understand what you should do, what you should not do, or the implications of certain health findings. So make yourself available and then get to know and understand so that in future, when you're making the right decisions, it is what? Based on good health background. The last thing I want to talk about is how to do, as you're on campus, how you're going to maintain your own self. Regenerative health is critical. Now, a lot of illnesses are abound. Okay, viruses, COVID here and there. Those of you who have not had your COVID vaccine, there's still an opportunity, okay? But then, one of the things you need to understand is that when it comes to health, or your own health, you are the primary responsible as an individual. And the question is how or what do you do to ensure that you have good health and then your general well-being is okay for you to continue to do what you need to do. You need to ensure that you eat well, good nutrition. We have all been students before. Sometimes, for us, the guys, our best food is gobe. Always, you want to eat gobe all throughout. It's very good. It is very nutritious. But though you shouldn't go without a week, either getting some fruit and veggies, because you need those micronutrients to help also build your immune system. You understand? So eat well, do enough. Try and do exercise. You are young. Don't always be book, but engage in some sport activity, some exercises. It's very important. One of the keys to regenerative health is having regular exercises. Having enough rest, okay? Sleeping. And then drink a lot of water. Drink water. When you're able to do all these things and avoid certain ill social vices like excessive alcohol intake, excessive enjoyment, smoking, blah, blah, what have you, those things that you do tend to affect your health. Once you're not healthy, you don't have the right frame of mind to concentrate and achieve your academic laurels. So kindly take note of that. As I've said, you can locate us just at the ground floor of where the library is. The university clinic is there. Make yourself available. Get to know the notices, especially your class reps. When you're about starting the medical school screening, you come in batches in class, okay? It becomes easier for everybody. And then avail yourself, and I wish you all the best. I will pause here for any questions, and then we'll take it from there. Thank you. No, I'm not so busy. So.
Thank you very much. Shall we clap for Doc? Great. And so please reserve your questions. Reserve your questions for Doc. When it's time for questions, you would ask him. Kindly do that. So the Gobe boys, I learned that the ladies now take Gobe more than the guys. The ladies are broker than broke. Okay. Please take some fruit so that we can all have a conducive environment in class. Please take some fruit. After taking Gobe, you need to take some fruit. All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Brown. Now, as I said earlier, some of you will be fortunate. As an African, once you travel outside, it's fortune. And so, let me pick the right word. Some of you will be very fortunate to go outside the country while you are still in school. Some of you would want to go for holidays outside. Some of you after school, you would want to go further your education. What are the immigration processes involved? And so, thankfully, we have officers from the Immigration Service of Ghana. So to do us this favor, to give a presentation on immigration procedures or processes, as the Assistant Superintendent of Immigration, Emmanuel Faith Ochrebafo. Shall we give him a hand?
Good morning. I thought students would be more vibrant. Good morning. How are you doing? So as he rightly said, I am Assistant Superintendent of Immigration, Emmanuel Faith Ochrebafo. I was actually working on something when I was told that we have some very vibrant people who would want to know some things about immigration. And I said, okay, I'm available. Ideally, my regional legal officer should have been the one who is here, but he had a very urgent case he had to attend to, so I'm standing in for him. So, a little bit about Immigration Service, because you are Ghanaians, and I think there are some foreigners amongst us, so you should know how we started. We actually came from the Ghana Police Service. So if you see immigration officers and the police service working together, then it's because we are cut from the same cloth. We were first a department or a division under the Ghana Police Service before we came out. The laws we work with are the Immigration Act 2000, Act 573, and the Immigration Service Act, that is Act 908. Basically, maybe one day we can be given the opportunity to come and then we'll take you through in depth. But as students, the general things that you need to know about the Immigration Service is that anything that relates to these four things: number one, the entry; number two, the exit; number three, residence; and number four, employment of any foreign national is an immigration concern. Okay? I said what? Number one, entry. Number two, exit. Number three, residence. And number four. Okay, good. So if any foreign national should appear in the country, the questions we want to know is how the person entered the country. Entry. Was it done the right way or not? If anyone is leaving, for this one, regardless of whether you are a foreign national or a citizen of Ghana, we are very much concerned with how you exit. And then once a person is in the country, what the person does, where the person stays, how the person makes a living, whether the person is schooling, these things are all things that relate to us. And then you ask yourself, okay, so does that mean that basically we are only concerned with foreign nationals? No. Our second mandate requires us to contribute to national security. So if any of you here is a national security threat, then my eye is on you. Basically, this is what immigration is about. Now, the question that we would want to ask ourselves is, what about we know about the borders. So Koforidua is not a border. So what is Immigration Service doing in Koforidua? Yes, Koforidua is a landlocked region, if I can use that term. So they will say then it means that there's no work for us to do. But I remember I said what? Entry, exit, and the other part is what? Residence and employment. Do you see any foreign nationals living on the border? No. I don't see any foreign national looking for a chamber and hall in the border. But I've seen a lot of foreign nationals looking for chamber and hall in Koforidua. So immigration is very relevant within the country. Why is this important? Because once you have people coming into your country, the question is what they are going to do in the country going to be good for the citizens of the country? Are our citizens safe? Are they going to help us to develop as a country? And there's going to have to be the need for the checks and balances to make sure that these things are set right. But I know you are more concerned with how you can leave the country. Can I see by show of hands? I'm here to tell you that I would rather you don't leave the country. You want to leave who alone here in this country? If you go, who will pay tax for my salary? So ideally, then you should understand, if you understand what Ghana Immigration Service is doing in Ghana, then ideally you understand what any other country, the country you want to immigrate to, what their immigration service is also concerned about. Definitely they will be concerned with how you are going to what? Enter. And then once you enter, what you are going to be doing there, your employment, So the question is, what is your historical trail while you are in the country? So you hear people saying that you must always have a good record, stay away from vices and all those things. These things are important. If you end up with a police report, some countries may not spare you. Now, if you want to immigrate, the question is, what are you going to do? Is it going to further your education? Or are you going to seek greener pastures and employment? You have to now go and check the prospective host nation. Ask yourself, what are their specific requirements? What are their specific requirements? What would make you attractive to them? Because nobody wants anyone who is going to come in and be a burden. No one wants anyone who will come in and be a burden. So what are their specific requirements? If you are looking for a scholarship, which agencies would be the best agencies to go through? There are some countries that we have noted down that if you are going to be traveling to these countries, there are certain requirements that we need to check. Why? Because there's a lot of transnational organized crime going on these days. How many of us know about transnational organized crime? So from the word transnational, what comes into mind? Yes, please. Transit, okay. Anything? Transnational. So between different countries, isn't it? Between different countries. So any crime that is operating more like a syndicate. And these are very hard to track because you would follow the trail in one country, you go to the next country, and the trail goes dead. So what we are concerned with is if you should go out looking for a job, looking for education, the people who promised to connect you, are they legit? What is their record? Do we have any complaints about them? The documents that they have presented you, the work that they claim they will provide you, whatever support they claim they will provide you, do they have a track record of providing those things? And are they even capable of doing that? The work that they say they are going to let you do in that country, does that host nation even permit for an immigrant to do those kinds of work? And these are all things that you have to check. It is not about, oh, I met someone online and the person says he's in this country. Probably we have realized that some people have been told that you travel, you get to the country, the next thing you know is that your passport was always with the middleman. And he has been processing everything for you. Everything has gone on fine. Now you get to the country and he tells you that until you pay him a certain amount of money, you're not getting your passport. Now you cannot walk on the streets without a passport, so what do? You are literally going to be sold as a house help. Yes, maybe they will give you the chance to do some WhatsApp video call and let your parents know that you are somewhere and all that. But then you can't say anything. So we at home believe that everything is fine, but only you know you are suffering. And this happens a lot, mostly because of the ladies. But I think now they are getting interested in the men as well. So nowhere cool. So the question is, what would be the safest thing to do? You have to consult someone who would know. So at the regional office immigration, we have now a migration management bureau. If you have any particular concerns, probably you want to immigrate, probably you have some schooling opportunity you want to work on, or someone has promised you a link, you can just drop by our office and we will go through the documents. We would forward it to whichever places we have to forward it, probably DFEC, KIA officers for you. So if you have to go, it has to be done right. But I am also very concerned with, while you are in the country, what you can do. So for the foreigners here, per the law, to be in the country and study in this country, you must have a residence permit for students. A resident permit for students. I was going to say, if there are any foreign nationals here, can you raise your hand? But just raise your hand in your heart. And the requirements are, it's not any big deal. I mean, all you have to do is to come with your admission letter, an introductory letter from the school. I think 2 teachers must guarantee for you. And the fee is just 150 Ghana cedis for the whole year. If you are a non-ECOWAS person, it's 200 Ghana cedis. It is very important that you do this so we have your records and we can watch you. The problem is that with every law comes a penalty for a breach of that law. And you realize that the penalty would be more expensive than not following the law. If you are found without the student permit, then you're going to pay 60 Ghana cedis per month. So why don't we just wait till the end of the year, then we come for you, then 12 times 60. Please do the math. If you are non-ECOWAS, it's 80 cedis per month. And I think that would be good for the nation, because that is how we can get our salaries paid as well. But I would encourage you that you should do that, because in the end, when you need a recommendation, you may even decide to pass by the immigration service. Our motto is, has anybody researched on immigration? It's friendship with vigilance. Friendship with vigilance. So our doors are always open. Our doors are always open. Like I said, I'm just standing in for someone, so I'd rather you throw your questions, and what I can answer, I would answer for you. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Ochebafo. Shall we clap for him once again? That was a wonderful presentation. Now to the part I enjoy most. Our bankers. The banks are here. The banks are here. ADB, yes, when you hear your name, just give us a wave. ADB, they came with their manager. Yes. Former Barclays, now ABSA. ABSA. Maybe one day I'll ask you why ABSA. All right. We have Republic Bank. Republic Bank. Oh, you don't clap for them. And then we have Universal Merchant Bank. Good. The manager himself is also here. Great. The others will join. Now, each bank will give us a presentation, very short presentation. Why you should bank with them. You know, when you were a student, you have lots of money. Do you know that? When you were a student, have you forgotten the period between your SHS and after SHS? You recall that when you were in SHS, you had lots of money. Because Dad, my books, Dad would send mommy, would send some money, sorry. Mom, my books, money. Then you can save some. After school, when Dad is going to work, ekuya, emubishe fridge nim, kaneshinedi, mekwaba. No money. So once you are here, the little monies you get, try and then save some. So you will learn from the banks which of them is appropriate for you to save with, which of them have some facilities and products for you to enjoy. The first, in fact, we're not going by the list here, we're going by the first come, first serve basis. And so the first bank that was here is ADB. And so Eric and Augustine will do us the favor. Shall we clap for them while they come? Please, 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Thank you very much. My name is Cletus Gamson, as the MC rightly mentioned. I'm representing ADB as a branch manager. We have 2 branches in Koforidua. One in the main branch is in town, and we have an agency on campus. Before I say anything, I want you to do me a favor. You have been seated for some time now. I just want you to rise up and do some 1 or 2 second stretch. Please, do that favor for me. The doctor is still here. It's part of the exercises that he spoke about. So stretch, just stretch, so that you feel good. It's good. See, you can't be seated all this while. It's a good exercise. So that whatever we are coming to do, then you guys will listen. Okay, thank you so much. The second favor I wanted you to do for me is show by hands those of you who are yet to pay your school fees. How many of you are yet to pay your school fees? Or how many of you have paid all your school fees? Oh, why are you shy? Maybe who knows? I may want to pay for you. So if you are not paid, let your hand go up so that I will see what I can do for you. Anyway, it looks like all of you have paid. ADB and KTU have had a very strong relationship for the past. Any year we are having this orientation, we are invited. And that is the more reason why we have a representation or a presence on campus. All my other competitors are also here. This is not to say that don't go and pay school fees there, but proximity is the word. We are here, and therefore it will be very easy for you to pay your school fees on campus than taking a car, going to town and all of that. So I wouldn't say much. I will call on my able officers, Eric, and then Opon to do the presentation. And then we want you to ask questions as quickly as possible. Immediately we finish, because we have left the office for some time, and we need to go back to attend to other businesses. So listen to them carefully, and then ask questions. Don't feel shy. Whatever you don't understand about banking, ask. If you are not able to answer it, probably our other competitors will be able to do that for you. Thank you so much.